sick for the last 2 days. I subbed for the last 2 days. My head is pounding. I wasn't even expecting you guys. I was just expecting the furniture delivery, so.
Oh, so did Mark set this up?
I don't know. Well, I thought he was coming over at 3:30 on Friday just to look at what happened in the garage. I didn't know we were going to sit down and do this.
He did say it last year to talk about some of these other items as well.
That's fine. That's fine. But, you know, just...
The one thing that came out great on this house, there was no cabinet scratches.
Yeah, in none of the rooms.
The kitchen looks amazing. I really like the colors of the kitchen.
Yeah.
It's very nice, especially with the underlighting. I love some underlighting.
Once we get everything in and everything's cleaned up and everything has a place, the house is going to be really showy. So.
Absolutely.
But we don't have hardly a single thing out of boxes yet. But I talked to her and I just vented on her. You know, I was telling her about the floor that they didn't cover it, and I told her about, you know, some of those things, and told her about the French doors. They did ding the post out there, but I think Mike's aware of that.
The concrete guys, when they poured the steps, they swore up and down it wasn't down.
It had to have been. It's obvious. The trail is right there.
Well, what they were trying to do is try to reach that with the boom, and they couldn't, so then they pulled out and they opened it. Well,
yeah, and they did that right there. And then I mentioned to her my other disappointing thing was, I think I might have mentioned this, Mike, just in passing, was when we did selections, it would have been nice if I would have known that there was an option to put stone on the back pillars, or that there wasn't stone, you know what I'm saying, one of the two, and Kim was not very helpful as far as what came with this house and what were options, because she really wasn't trained in it. Kim, I like Kim, I have nothing against her personally, but she was the wrong person to sell us this reflection house. She's still in the infinity mode, you know. She didn't know anything about these houses. Nothing. We knew more than she did. Like by 100 times more than she did.
now when you saw the paintbrush set,
A couple of them have the two that we looked at, and the one fellow that we talked to, that we didn't go in because they were in a hurry, but he let us walk around the house. Him and the guy next door both have the lock. They have the lock on and off on their column. And so, you know.
now we don't know whether that was a spec or a
That's
build.
right, whether it was a spec or a builder, and so we didn't know, but it would have been nice to have known ahead of time. Hey, our setup? Okay.
Where you at? Got nightstands on both sides there.
Alrighty.
I just kind of moved the other ones out of the way for now.
Yeah, that's fine. I need to just review everything in here.
They swear up and down this is Sable,
Perfect.
Signature right there.
Excellent.
We'll be all set.
but she likes it because it's not dark, so she okayed these. Okay. So we're good on that.
Have a nice afternoon, guys.
You too.
See you later.
Thank you.
So,
You got that on video right now? Hi.
Mike, we found something else, and it's just because we haven't been looking up, but these are actually the right color, but not the light fixtures I ordered. I ordered the other ones that have the bar that comes
I
straight
don't
across.
see those.
Yeah,
That's,
so we might
that's-
have to at some time address that.
so the light bar itself is wrong?
Mhm, the whole light,
In
light.
here and the other bedroom? Or
Yeah,
other
bathroom, yeah.
Okay. Yeah, like I said,
Yeah,
I don't
it's
see those
not-
things. That stuff goes straight to purchasing.
Yeah, it's not what I picked out with Donna when I went over to Builder's Lighting.
Okay.
So, yeah, and everything's in here is pretty good, excepting that faucet leaks a little bit.
This one's still leaking?
Yeah, it's
Little
still
drip.
leaking, yeah, on that side. It's got a little drip. But everything in here I think is pretty kosher, so I haven't had really any issues in the bathroom, the bedrooms, anything like that. Just still some, you know, little areas on the doors and stuff, and
Got a seat that Franklin almost didn't put in, and a soap shelf that Franklin didn't put in, but got put in.
yeah, I got put in. And see, this is what the tree was supposed to look like in all the rest of the house, and they actually did a fairly decent job on this. Mark's got to just touch up a few spots on this, but it's because they sprayed it.
This was
And
done
got
during
it.
production,
Yeah,
and what happened is Clay only sent out crown for here and not the other two. And you got here way too late and got put up, and then the painters this is one of those deals where they're gonna pay him a BPO just to paint it. Cost us.
Even though I had originally paid in,
Well, yeah, I'm just talking
Yeah,
about
yeah.
the painters, because it wasn't up during production,
Right.
they wanna get paid for having to cut it in, but
Exactly.
if they're gonna get paid extra to cut it in, then it should be painted right.
it should have been, and we had them paint it 3 times and just ended up going white on the one. So,
Excuse me a minute,
on
I
the
can grab
two.
this.
But, and then they finally got my correct carpet in, which I was happy, and then, we upgraded the pad, and luckily, I'm assuming that I got the correct pad. I took it in and he swore that it was the 8-pound pad, so.
Did they come back and confirm that it's the correct pad?
No. I took in a piece of the pad and a piece of the carpet and I said to him, this is the pad that's in my house, is this 8-pound? And he said, yes, that's 8-pound, not 6. So.
What's the color of the pad?
I can't remember now, kind of a
Greenish gray.
yeah, greenish gray.
What I've seen is the greenish gray is the 8-pound pad.
Yeah.
So
And it, frankly, we've had 8-pound pad in all of our other houses, and then any place we haven't had hardwood, and this feels like 8-pound pad. I can tell when I walk on a 6-pound pad because I'm not used to it. I've never had 6-pound pad in any house I've owned. So I told Mark I was pretty sure. But this room turned out pretty good.
okay.
And we finally got our blinds in. Those were almost 2 weeks late, and so we did the hillbilly thing and had the sheets for a while. I'm sure the neighbors loved us.
Oh, that looks great when you're in college.
Yeah,
That's
absolutely.
right. There's just a list of stuff that. See, here's another one of those. I hope you're right that this in time will blend.
They're supposed to.
So, I personally have never seen them blend, but we'll see. But then again, I've never used flat paint in a house either, so. We got the blinds. We were a little bit concerned about the fan in the fireplace because it didn't seem to come on, and then finally we kind of messed around with the switch and got it to come on. And I've been watching the den window, the window that's in the little den. When the wind blows, it seems like it might be a little leaky. I'm getting a lot of dirt underneath the sash, like really fine dirt building up into the windowsill, and I've wiped that 2 or 3 times. But just on that one. And then they still need to put the shutters up on the outside of the house. Those are still sitting in our garage, and they have been for several months. I don't know why they're still sitting there. And then the pantry door, the new one's in the garage. It just needs to be painted and installed. Mark can probably do it, but they didn't adjust the front door threshold very well, so the wind blows under it. If you shut our front door, you can see we put a piece of tape, painter's tape across there to keep the wind from blowing directly underneath the door. Nobody adjusted it correctly. Did you say we could eventually get this polished at some point in time?
Yeah, we'll have Vance come out here and do it.
That's fine. And then eventually we'll fix the wood flooring that's scratched or.
I've got 1 box ordered, and they'll come out and take care of the ones that are chipped, like the one at the
Right,
transition.
and then the one where the grout won't come out of that, we
Yep.
still can't get that
And they
grout out of
they
there.
actually have a product that can come out and take care of any top surface
Okay.
scratches, but as far as the ones that are edges and stuff like that, they can.
Yeah, and we marked several
I
of
just wanted to
those.
wait till you were all set and done, and
Yeah.
they'll come out and, I've already paid for the 1 box, it's sitting at Franklin,
Right.
ready to be taken by.
And then I think I sent you an email, both of our garage doors leak really bad underneath when it rains.
When the wind blows, you're gonna get that. It doesn't stop the water from coming in.
Doesn't it?
No.
So cause on the big one, I had a puddle like this big.
Yeah, whenever you got driving rain,
Right.
it hits there and it's gonna blow underneath the garages are not watertight, they're just dirt and, not even
Dirt
dirt,
and-
yeah.
Hopefully
Right,
insect or
yeah.
whatever, yeah.
Yeah, the weather strips are just there to keep the bugs out from getting, in here, but,
Right.
they can only seal them so tight. And I have your new opener also in my truck.
Oh, that's good. And then we're just waiting on the French doors to be stained and brought
As
in
soon as
at
they get
some
delivered,
point.
yes.
Yeah.
And I'm not gonna let,
Peterson
Peterson.
touch them, please do not after the last fiasco. And then we already talked about the ding, that we'll get that at some point. And,
Well, what I was gonna do is this guy that comes out and the cider that comes out and sets the shutters, I'll have him pull that off. Yeah, I was actually gonna have him do it when he did this house, cause he's one sided.
right, yeah.
But he did that house so fast, I didn't have a chance to.
Yeah, they were here and gone pretty fast on that
They did an
siding,
excellent job
yeah.
on it.
Yeah, they were here and gone within just a few days. And we just have a few other touch-up areas of paint. And, you know, at this point, to be really honest with you, I don't know if it's worth bringing Peterson back, because Mark is very steady hand. He's, you know, if he wasn't an operations manager, he would be an artist, and he's very good at painting. And he said he's just gonna fix some of the major places. And we made sure they left us all the paint, because they also got red paint on the cream that surrounds our door when they came back and fixed the outside of the door. They got, so
Really?
it was perfect, and then they repainted that door
Oversprayed again.
and got red paint on the outside again. So it's like, which way?
These
So,
guys are just, they don't wanna take the doors off and take them in the garage,
Yeah.
mask off, put anything against the wall. They wanna,
they
they
don't.
wanna do it right in the open.
Yeah, and it's been a real issue with that, because they've ended up, actually on this one, they painted a bunch of dirt in, and we made them come out and
Oh, yeah.
redo that.
We were here when they were painting
Yeah.
that, remember?
So, it's like, no, I'm not gonna have that. But I've just been kind of keeping track of little things, and some of them, you know, we're willing to fix, because every house we've ever built, there's a few things that we need to adjust and tweak ourselves, and we're okay with that, because it's nothing that's gonna void a warranty or anything like that.
Right.
But big things, I guess I'm just gonna have to keep a little list of them, and
Yes.
if it's major, I'm just at some point gonna have somebody come out and fix them.
Cool.
But I will say, in retrospect, I feel like we were treated very fairly. Mike and Mike Ware were very patient, they were very good with us, and we didn't flip out too bad. I mean, we stayed pretty calm
like I
under the
did.
circumstances, considering this build was horrid. I have never built a house like this
We
before.
were fine up until after Sheila. Everything went great.
Yeah,
We had a few window issues with ordering, but
Right,
that was taken
but-
care of. There wasn't
Yeah.
a hold up. I mean, as you will, I'm sure you heard me talk about stucco.
Yep. Yeah. Well, the good
Stucco
news
was
is,
much better than it would have if they had left it the way it was. And of
yeah,
course, it took them
yeah, I'm
forever
glad
to
that
do
we got that patched and refixed, because it did look a little bit iffy.
well, it sounds like a lot of things are being taken care of,
They
if not
are.
almost done. So,
Yeah,
Yeah,
It's
that
just
is a
getting the
good thing.
final tweaks done.
okay.
yeah.
Now, the tile, this is your tile you ordered.
Mhm.
You know that, okay, because one
Yeah.
time that you had mentioned it.
No, it is, this is what we ordered,
Okay.
yeah.
Okay.
Mhm. This tile is, not the tile in our bathroom.
Right.
The accent tile was something totally different, they just put in kinda, I guess, whatever happened to be sitting on the floor in Franklin, so. But we liked it enough to live with it. It was complimentary enough that it didn't need to be
Well,
changed out.
Right.
in their defense and your accepting it, the way it's finished now with a surface bullnose on the
Mhm.
top versus just a glass top.
The glass
It's
top.
a cleaner finish.
It is.
And it looks framed. And
Yeah.
it looks like it matches with the walk-in shower.
It does.
It's trapped between two of your
You want
boxes.
to take a look at the
Right.
garage real quick? Look at that little area.
Yeah.
I mean, it looks pretty good out there when I looked
Yeah.
at it. It didn't
Yeah,
look
Mark
like
thought so too last night, he came home and
I was
he
impressed. I
looking at
couldn't-
it.
Well,
Couldn't
water,
really-
when water gets on drywall, it takes a little time for it to dry out and discolors, but once it dries out.
Yeah, that's
as
what
long as
Mark
it doesn't
said, it
peel,
looked pretty
As
good.
long as it doesn't peel, if it does, we
Yeah.
can fix it. It's just like I had the tape to take care of those few seam
Yeah.
tapes that were out there from.
And I called Mark from work and I'm like, I don't know what happened, but we just flooded our entire garage and I've got water coming back up
Of
through
course, it had to
every
be your
drain.
house.
I know, right?
So he came home from work and the first thing he did was hit the crawl space and said, oh my God, I hope it didn't flood that crawl space, because that's a mess.
Well,
when
I'm
that
glad we
happens.
have that clean out for the condensation on.
Yes, I am
Because
glad
that's the back end of the sewer system.
That's the only thing that probably saved us from having a worse flood. Like our little cat haven here, so.
Go like this, all of a sudden I look over and here's crazy.
Yeah, we love our cats, we have too many. So it was mainly right there where
Yeah,
the
that's-
condensation,
that's where-
yeah,
that's
and
where it
then
bubbled
it bubbled up and then it all spilled out into the garage and went clear to the front.
Where that's not painted, that's probably where it got wet,
Mhm.
and it's dry now.
Yeah.
And all this is dry,
Yeah.
so.
with it being open to the elements too, it has the ability to dry out, so.
Yeah, and that's
Yeah.
what Mark said last night. He said he didn't see any issues with it. We'll just still watch it, just hopefully there's no molding, because this is a fully
Oh,
insulated
you
garage.
won't have any mold.
So,
And if anything happens, just give me a call.
I will.
We can get somebody out here,
Yeah.
or give my call in too, but
Yeah, we're good.
I try to
on
handle most of
that.
the warranty items and stuff like that, so.
And
Well,
so
good
we
deal.
got really lucky on that, I guess, really lucky.
I think
So,
so, for sure. That
Yeah.
was nice.
we just got all the boxes that were here wet, and I just flipped them upside down and started unloading, so it went pretty good, so. But
Little calico.
that's our big Russian blue. He's a Russian blue.
I have a Russian blue with the shorter hair.
Yeah, and he's quite the thing to take care of. And then, let me tell you a story about that one. That one showed up on River Meadows, dumped. And he went from our house to the 2 houses down, back and forth, back and forth. We went and talked to the lady before we moved, and she said, well, we just had to have our older cat put to sleep, so we're going to keep this cat. We didn't think anything about it. We think that cat got up underneath Mark's truck on the spare tire, because I saw it when we were leaving the last day, up under the truck, and I shooed it away. And about a day and a half later, that cat, I saw him just wandering in the field, and I was like, that's that same cat. Sure as heck it was. He hitched a ride and rode clear out here with us. And didn't
Stowaway.
get
He liked the
fall
living,
on the
huh?
freeway.
Stowaway.
Yeah.
Oh, that's
so-
pretty awesome.
But the house, it looks nice, and we have actually had a lot of people come by and ask to look. So there has been 5 couples that have seen this house. One couple has seen it 3 times, and then the other couples have seen it once. And then we just had a new couple drive by a couple nights ago, Judith and Hector. I think they might be getting one of the lots down lower. They want to build that one that's directly behind us. Yeah. But they wanted to see this one. But I had to tell Judith that she was like, oh, I get this and this. I'm like, no, you don't get this, you don't get this, you don't
That's
get
an
this.
infinity hubble.
Yeah, and so she was a little disappointed, but I said, hey, just upgrade.
She can get it. Oh yeah, she can get
Yeah.
whatever she wants.
Yeah, but she just thought because this was a paintbrush and that's a paintbrush, she just assumed it looked the same
Yeah.
inside.
It's got
Right.
the same floor plan,
Yeah.
but not the same
But it
elevation.
doesn't have all the same stuff. But once everything gets fixed and it looks good and we get all of our landscaping in and everything, I'm really hoping that we, as in Mark and I, can sell,
Yes.
a bunch more down this way, because Mark literally knows. Literally hundreds of people. He has 700 contacts in his phone just from his work, and we have people asking us all the time about this house.
The subdivision, it's just a beautiful sub out
It
here.
is.
Once it's all filled in, it'll look very nice. So.
Yeah, and I'm just hoping that
Literally
most of them
filled
are
in.
the
See the dirt I'm
reflection
putting over
type.
Mm-hmm.
That's coming from Grand Basin.
Oh, yeah?
So we'll take care of these low lots over here.
Yeah.
Deal.
Once they get that piled up, we'll get a flattened house, so you won't have hills up.
Yeah, I'm not too worried about it. But Mark talked to Larry, I think, the other day. When it rained so hard, we are still pretty low out here. We really puddled, and it won't drain into the green space. And we're only seeding the backyard. We're going to have a hydro seed we're not bringing in. So that means, and Larry said he would probably look at it. Maybe he agreed to bring in a little bit
Well,
more
he's got
dirt.
plenty of dirt he can take.
Yeah, because he said then we're going to have a rise to the green space, and that's
Okay.
going to be kind of weird.
I'll let him
so.
know that he can take whatever dirt out of that.
Yeah, that's what he said. He said he needed to talk to you first before
No,
he
he
brought
can
any
take
more
whatever he wants
over.
out of
So,
there.
but we took some pictures and emailed it to him, and we really did not just the natural flow. We had a lot of water build up back there, exactly where I said we would.
Well, he should be here probably around the 18th.
Yeah, that's good. We're not in a rush. I mean, we don't have time to do anything outside right
Well,
now.
that way,
anyway.
also, when it's done, you'll have PI, and
Right.
you'll be able to water your grass instead of trying to water it from your house.
Yeah, which is expensive. So
Yeah, that's
it
very.
is very expensive.
Alrighty.
But I think when I talked, what was the gal's name that I talked to on the phone the other day?
Linda?
Linda, she caught me at a time that I was really clear and fresh, and I was able to I just screwed on her. I was really nice about it, but I kept saying, oh, and. And she was just like, we've cleaned up a little bit of the overspray. We have to get a little bit that's on the front side, and then fix a little bit of this because, again, they can't do a straight line. So, but I really don't want my front door ruined, because that was one of my most expensive upgrades, that stupid door.
I like this door.
I love that
I
door.
love the door.
Yeah, that's a beautiful door. When I saw that, the guy at Pro Build showed it to me down, because I kind of told him what I wanted. He said, I think I know. He said, we just got this, it's brand new. He said, I would love you to be the first one to have it in, but then when you told me how much it cost, I about fell over dead. But it was worth the upgrade because I think it's really pretty. So this is what ended up costing the most, the stained glass, because otherwise this is just glass. To have all these little inserts and all of this edging, that was the upgrade.
The detail in it, though, I mean,
Yeah.
it's gorgeous.
It is pretty. I like
And
it.
you can see who's coming up to
Yeah,
the door. That's
yeah,
also
'cause
nice.
We used to joke if we were going to have the speakeasy, I was going to have a step stool anyway to see if somebody was
You'd have to have speakeasy down here.
coming.
Mark would be like this.
It's so sad. Quit teasing me.
No, we put one in a house, Peterson's, Mrs. Peterson
Uh-huh.
over there. She can't even see out of hers.
Easy for Craig, but
Yeah,
yeah.
Craig can see, but she
Yeah.
can't.
But
All right.
I really appreciate you guys, really being concerned, because we want to really be able to push this product, because it's a benefit to us if we can get more people that are interested in building out here. We actually have made some new friends that live out in Moonstruck, and they are just leasing the house they're living in, and she's in love with this house, and I'm like, just get the lot next to us and build it.
Well, that'd be
Change the
nice.
elevation, put a Craftsman elevation on it.
That's right. Yeah, that's what I said. Just change the elevation, because I don't want, a bunch of stacks of the French countries. And I told her to go out to Stan's home place, and she did, to see the Americana, and she really liked the Americana.
Well,
So,
good.
keep our
Well,
fingers
yeah.
crossed that they'll.
Well,
they'll
get with
decide.
Mike a little bit on the fixtures. I'll need to look into that and
Yeah, let's
get
just.
with Mike, and we'll try to help finish out the last remaining items.
Yeah, all I have is I pulled out my original, binder with all of our selections, and all I have is a set of numbers, but we have the choice between the ones that are in there, and then the other one just had a bar like this, and then the lights came straight down from the bar like this.
Did they have the same globes that your kitchen has, or did they have the ones that are in
I
there?
think they had the same ones as these,
Kitchen?
but they were just a different shape. It was more contemporary, not so goosenecky.
Mm-hmm.
And I remember that that's the one I chose, and I could have sworn that that's what Kim and Donna both wrote down. And because I went to Donna originally because I was going to upgrade out the lighting package anyway, but they just didn't have anything I liked, and eventually I'm just going to rip out all the lighting and just get what I want anyway. And
When you get rid of it, let me know, huh? I'll take it.
Yeah, I definitely am getting rid of that and getting a nicer one for there, and probably the dining room one, and I'm probably going to take out the 3 over the bar as well.
Yeah, you
Okay.
can do whatever you want there, you got room.
Yeah, that's what I thought. And the 3 over the bar, I would like to have one that comes down and is long and hangs over the bar like this.
That'd look nice.
Yeah,
huh?
so. But I do remember that there was 2 choices, and I chose the more contemporary looking ones, so.
Okay. We'll get to the bottom of it.
Yeah,
Get with Mike,
that's
and
fine.
we'll help him out with whatever he needs to get done, and we'll talk about bringing the marble company over to buff that out when
That
it'll
would
work
be
good for you.
good. And the one that's really the bad one is the island. The other one they kind of stayed away from and didn't set all their little stuff on it, and
Mhm.
it looks really good. But boy, the top and bottom of that island, they just piled whatever tools and just scratched and.
Yeah, I've
Yeah.
seen that before, so absolutely, we can get you taken care of.
Well, I really appreciate it, Tim.
I really appreciate
Thanks
your
for coming
time.
out.
Thank you so much.
too.
Thank you.
All right, Mike. You're probably so sick of us.
No, he's been going to bat for you guys quite
I
a bit.
know.
He's been telling me about some of the
He's my
items
best
out here.
friend.
All right, well, have a good day.
You guys too. Thank you.
Thank you.